Welcome back to Carneades.org. Today we're going to be continuing with our series in defense of philosophy. In this video, we're going to be looking at the claim philosophy isn't nonsense. So, upon learning the basics of philosophy, maybe after you've moved past the point of just thinking that, oh, philosophy is just bumper stickers, many people grow concerned that many of the terms in philosophy fail to refer. Things like qualia, propositions, possible worlds, and even haecceities seem spooky, weird, and that they have no real basis in reality. The people that are offering this argument say that you're not really talking about anything that's real, anything that I can experience empirically, anything that's actually out there. Philosophy seems to be talking about objects that don't really exist and are therefore pointless. Philosophy is just talking about nonsense. However, philosophy itself is not committed to any of these objects in a real way. There are plenty of positions which deny the existence of these kind of spooky, uncomfortable concepts. And those positions may align well with someone who's just getting into philosophy but hasn't looked into or discovered them yet. However, they also have their own counterintuitive consequences, even if those aren't as readily apparent. Do you think that numbers exist, for example? If you don't like spooky concepts and you just want only to have things that you can touch and feel, do you think that numbers exist? Where can you touch or feel a number? What about colors? Now, you might have instances of a color, but what really is green, or what really is blue? Where is the number 2? I can't touch it, I can't feel it, I can see someone scratch something on a page, but that's not the number 2. And if you do believe these things exist, you're probably committed to some pretty strange and weird things. But if not, what do you really mean when you say that on your drive you hit 3 green lights? All of those words seem to have some a little bit strange meaning that you need to unpack in an important way. Now, maybe you're not convinced by this. Maybe you think that you can completely explain all of the words that you use. I would highly encourage you to read a very, very short and very accessible paper called Holes. It's one of the best illustrations of some of these problems. It's a 7-page, very accessible dialogue by Stephanie Lewis and David Lewis. It's a wonderful expression of how difficult it is to expunge all strange, weird concepts from your life, let alone the simple idea of a whole. It's available free online, and it's definitely worth a read. If philosophers use concepts that seem like nonsense, it is only because our intuitive concepts are the problem. They are flawed. They have problems. Those intuitive concepts, like the idea of a whole, have problems with them. And so philosophers create these abstract objects, these weird things, so that we can remain consistent and explain away the weird stuff that humans come up with. That was Philosophy Isn't Nonsense. Next up, we'll look at Philosophy is Useful, then Philosophy is Not Dead, Philosophy Makes Progress, and Philosophy is Not Racist. Watch this video and more here at Carneades.org, and stay skeptical, everybody.